Welcome to this week's edition of Rick Answers His Email. It's the last Sunday in April. Did you know that? And we're going to get right to your questions. The first one up is from Anne, who wants to know how to put sound into the background of her Outlook Express email. Anne, I've never done this, but I think you can go into Format from the menus, then Background, and then Sound, and then follow the little directions after that, and you should be able to get your sound in your email. Sue, I wonder if you're another one of those folks who might be using dial-up internet to try to download the new AVG, and if you are, that's why you're getting this freeze-up situation. It's just too slow of a connection to bring in that big of a file. I think your best bet is to bring a little USB flash drive, one of these little guys, to a library or to a friend's house who has high-speed internet, download the AVG, bring it back to your house, and install it from one of these things. Hello, Walt. This is one of my favorite things to do with people is to teach them how to talk back and forth with each other through one of these little eyeballs, as some people call them, or they're called webcams. And once you get a webcam, the easiest way and cheapest way to video conference with your family is for both of you to use a product called Skype. It works on all types of computers, whether it's Windows, Macintosh, Linux, and you can talk for free to each other when you're using the Skype product. Hillary was kind enough to write to see if I wanted to promote some of their products on my website. And Hillary, in the case of the products that you're pushing, not in a million years. Bernie, the short answer is no. CD players do not understand DVDs. The long answer is there are some DVD drives out there, however, that can be installed in cars and in some music systems where they do play data DVDs, and in that case you could copy your MP3 files or WMA or however you're saving the compressed format of your LPs. You could save a bunch of those to a DVD and then play them in those kinds of players. For CD players, there are, again, kind of like I just described with the DVD, some CD players for cars and for homes that will play a data CD. And the data CD can hold a bunch more songs because they're compressed than a regular music CD, and you might want to look into that as well. Rodney, yes, you can disable AutoPlay, and probably the easiest thing to do is follow the directions at this website. It's How to Geek, and he has a step-by-step, including some screenshots of how to disable AutoPlay in Windows XP. Rosie, I think in your case you may indeed have to uninstall your old version of AVG before you install your new one. I'm not sure what steps you took before you got to this point, because if you follow the steps on my website on how to do the upgrade to AVG 8.5, you shouldn't have any problems. But in your case, you may have to indeed uninstall the old version before you can put the new version on. Hi, Ron. Yes, you can still save my podcast. Because of the changes I made on my website, it looks just a little different. So if you scroll down, let's go find my most recent podcast. Right-click on the download button here and then choose Save Link As. And that's always the safe way to save any kind of podcast from the web, because sometimes, depending on your media player configuration in your browser, it may even try to play it when you click the download. So make sure you right-click it and then choose Save Link As, and then you'll get the opportunity to save the particular podcast that you want to save. Hi, Jack. On the right-hand side of my website, there's a column on the right-hand side of all pages at helpmerick.com. I have a section towards the bottom called the Links and Resources, and these are links to the places, products, and references that I refer to frequently in these videos and on my website. And right below it, I have a new section called Security, and those are the products that I currently recommend the most for spyware removal and anti-spyware prevention. Thomas, thank you very much. This was one of my Mosey Online backup articles, and he found a link that wasn't working. I fixed it. Thank you for bringing it to my attention. Anyone who finds a link that's not working at helpmerick.com, please send it to me and I will get it corrected straight away. Romy, no. There is no way for this to happen. What you might be seeing, however, is seeing websites that are related to what are called frames on your computer or on your browser, or some advertisements, things like that. You'll see addresses that come up that were actually part of a website you were visiting, but you didn't realize it. That's the only way that I can think that you're going to find something in this case. But the short answer is no. Jose, I don't favor the hibernation in a lot of computers, because with all the peripherals we have attached to a computer, If all of those peripherals are not designed to go into hibernation, when you come out of hibernation, you're going to have some problems. Printers may not work, your scanner might not work, the computer may not even come on or lock up when it comes back on. So I've just seen too many problems. If it happens to work in your particular case, great, go ahead and do it. But so often I see problems with it, so I just suggest shutting the computer off, or in your case, as you mentioned, turning the monitor off. That's fine too. John, I would say this is a pretty risky connection for your mom. When you're in a large city and you're using an open wireless connection, that is definitely the wrong time to be doing online banking and online shopping, because you have no idea of who else is tapping into that open wireless connection. If you're really good about setting up firewalls and knowing how to monitor network traffic, you might be okay. But I would say I would not do those kinds of activities on any kind of an open wireless system. Well, that's all I have for this week. Thanks for writing in. Please keep visiting helpmerick.com, and